And we want to welcome you into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. Alex Napolis here. Alongside me is Brian Brown. We apologize for the technical difficulties to start this game, but here we are at Lehi High School, where the Pioneers get ready to take on the Mustangs, and the Herriman Mustangs currently up 6-0. Lehi here will punt this one away. Ball booted away by the Pioneers, fielded by the Mustangs, and now a chance off the return for Herriman. So the flags comes out, but a good return by Troy Ellemeyer.
4-yard line. However, there is a penalty flag on the field.
Yeah, it looks like this one's likely to come back for the Mustangs, but after a good initial drive in which Herriman basically marched down the field, had a nice explosive play, had a fourth down conversion, kind of an initial drive that showcased just how potent this Mustang offense can be, they're going to be backed up a little bit further after that penalty.
Penalty coming up here. What a matchup we have tonight, Brian. A top 10 matchup here on the Rewind Sports Network between the Pioneers and the Mustangs. It's blackout tonight for the Lehi Pioneers. It's packed, Brian.
Dark mode, however we call it these days, but it is a packed house, and this is one of the premier matchups in the state tonight, Alex. Excited to be here with you. Excited to watch these two teams that have kind of taken different paths of the season to this point. Lehi, starting out as one of the premier teams in the state, suffered 2 early losses. Big surprise one to Mountain Ridge, and last week to Sky Ridge. Now Herriman, the surprise, undefeated as, see an early bobble there by Tyler Messer, who has done a great job so far this game at quarterback.
Messer doing a good job to recover, as that'll bring up second down for the Mustangs. There will be a loss of 2 yards here with 2:36 left to go. Again, the Herriman Mustangs up 6-0. As Brian mentioned, marching the ball down the field really well. This is a Herriman team that prides himself on that rush attack.
Yeah, and a potent rush attack at that. They have multiple players who average over 5 yards a carry. Really the straw that stirs the drink, or the swig, or the fizz, or whoever wants to throw a sponsorship our way is Felici Felipe, and he's been fantastic early on. Multiple carries, converted a fourth down. And unfortunately, our viewers at home were unable to see that. And you're going to see a bevy of him tonight. He is the epitome of a bell cow, and I think probably the premier matchup in this game is the running backs.
Felici Felipe getting some yards back. I believe he had the touchdown earlier as well. And Messer here with an empty backfield, drops back to pass, and he'll keep. Messer has space. Messer to the 30, Messer to the 40, and Tyler Messer still on his feet, finally runs out of bounds, but Tyler Messer, the senior quarterback, putting the offense on his back for the first down.
You talk about what confidence can do for a quarterback. That's really what's happened this season with Tyler Messer, is he's grown into a very confident signal caller. He's got a very strong offensive line in front of him. You could see going against this vaunted Lehi front, they were able to hold their own. He saw that there wasn't anything open downfield, tucked the ball, able to pick up the first down and more.
Here on first down, a run up the middle. Nicely done by the Pioneers defensively to snuff that one out.
And speaking of that vaunted Lehi defensive front, you see PJ Taki come out of nowhere, flying in from your screen number 11. He is an elite prospect, 6'4", 230. He's got his running mate on the other side, Meredith, 6'4", 230. And they are a pair of game-wrecking defensive ends.
Messer with Felici Felipe in the backfield. Handoff to Felipe. And that will go right up the middle again, but not too many yards. Maybe gets one here on second down.
Yeah, and I think, we talk about the running back matchup, but it's also going to be line versus line and strength versus strength. This Herriman offensive line is nothing to sneeze at. Multiple prospects, as we see one of the bigger prospects, Toale Fenga, trot off the field. He's only a sophomore, Alex, but 6'5", 305, holds multiple offers from a bunch of P5 schools. And Fenga is the real deal. He is going to be a fun matchup to watch as he takes on Taki and Meredith.
48 seconds left here in the first quarter. Again, the Herriman Mustangs up 6-0 as gingerly making his way over to the sideline, Ivan Ramirez here with the training staff.
Player on the field, number 54, Ivan Ramirez.
And number 54, Ivan Ramirez, just a junior in the interior of that offensive line, but a real powerful player. He's only 5'10", 225. Does a great job of getting underneath players, moving them off the ball, and just really efficient. So for Herriman, not the kind of player that you want to see limping off in that respect.
Mustangs are faced with a 3rd and 6.
After the
48-yard line.
timeout, we'll have
It's
3rd down coming up here.
I want to point out, Fenga tried to sneak out. They wouldn't let him back in because it was just an injury timeout. His helmet came off the previous play, so now he's held out. This will be an interesting situation to watch as it is a backup left tackle in right now.
Messer will take the snap, drops back, gets it over the middle. It's caught past the 1st down marker as Grundy brings it in.
Yeah, Grundy, another one of those players that's been here at Herriman for a while, seen a lot of action, converts and moves the sticks there, runs into a brick wall almost in Vincent Evans there at the linebacker position. But Grundy also made a few plays on the initial drive. You see this Herriman offense, they're just effective at moving the football. And I think part of it is the running game leading to the opening of the pass game.
Play prior to the end of the 1st quarter. Messer in trouble. Just has to get rid of this one. Pressure was coming as Messer just throws this one away.
Yeah, and that's where you see the strength of Meredith coming off the ball. And
Correction, number 13.
Adrian Meredith, another highly regarded prospect. I mentioned he's 6'4", 235 at the start of the broadcast, but he is going to try to get into not only the backfield, but also Tyler Messer's dreams and nightmares.
2nd down coming up here for the Mustangs. As Messer lined up in the shotgun, will take the snap. High snap. Messer in trouble, just has to land on it. And that'll take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Miscues here for the Mustangs. Big loss on 2nd down. It'll bring up 3rd as we head to the next quarter, Brian.
Yeah, 3rd and very, very long as it's almost a 22-yard gain from the 22-yard loss from the original line of scrimmage. 24, and just a catastrophic occurrence there for what had been such a strong start for this Herriman offense.
A top 10 matchup between the Mustangs and the Pioneers here at Lehi High School. We'll take a quick step aside. Apologies for this late start on the technical difficulties, but we're here now and we're excited to bring you the rest of this matchup here on the Rewind Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. 2nd quarter action when we return.
With a tab spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
2nd quarter action about to get underway here at Lehi High School between the Mustangs and the Pioneers as the Mustangs lead it 6-0 over Lehi. A 3rd and 24 coming up here for the Mustangs to start 2nd quarter action. Need 24 for the 1st down as flags come out prior to the snap. Flag is waved, and we'll try it again here on 3rd down. Messer gets the snap. Messer over the top. Messer going deep. It's caught! And he'll be stopped short of the end zone. But Jeff Burbage with a huge catch on 3rd and 24.
Boy, what a gutsy call by Coach Rickards and his staff. And you see they're up and ready to go. They want to hustle this one in the end zone. A monstrous play and gain for that Herriman offense.
1st and goal coming up now for the visitors as Tyler Messer in this offense trying to extend this lead. Ball on the 4-yard line. Handoff to Felipe up the middle. And Felipe will be stopped short.
Yeah, trying to catch that Lehigh defense off guard, and this is a very stout defensive front, led by Bryce Love, number 95. You always want to know where he is, Briggs Love, whether he's on offense or defense. The man is a threat.
11 16, another handoff up the middle. Felipe will punch it into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs!
In for the touchdown.
And they extend their lead.
Just pure grit and determination as Felipe drives his way into the end zone for another 6. And this Herriman Mustang offense off to an early, fast start against the Lehi Pioneers.
For the Mustangs, number 83, Jack Cleverly.
Some trickeration coming up here for the Mustangs on the PAT.
Yeah, the old water bucket is what we used to call this. You see there's multiple options. The centers can pick that up and fling it to the side. They can direct snap it. You see they're just going to attempt the extra point.
Jack Cleverly out to kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. And just like that, it is a 13-0 lead for the Herriman Mustangs in this top 10 battle.
Yeah, and for Lehi, it just, you had Herriman in perfect position, 3rd and very long. The one thing you can't do is give up a big play over the top. They get the matchup they want, able to stretch the field, able to pick up the first down, get the explosive play, and then Felipe finishes up the drive with an explosive 2-yard run.
Advanced Orthopedics are the official team doctors and medical providers for Lehi Athletics. Advanced Orthopedics has been bringing collegiate-level care to the community for over 10 years. They focus on both surgical and non-operative treatments for patients and athletes of all ages and skill levels. Go to advancedutah.com to learn what they can do to help you feel better. Also want to give a quick shout out to Aloha Orthodontics. Lehi fans, show off your winning smile with Aloha Orthodontics. Braces and a whole lot of fun right here in Lehi. Aloha Orthodontics, where every smile is a touchdown. That ball booted away by the Mustangs here on the kickoff. It'll be fielded and returned by the Pioneers. Run up the sideline. He has space. And Glasker pushed out of bounds. Legend Glasker. Dangerous on the return.
Boy, it looked like he almost had a foot in the back of the end zone there. Thought they were going to call a touchback. But instead, it was just a starting block as Legend Glasker was off to the races on that one, Alex. And you can see why he's such a highly sought after collegiate prospect. Not just a great high school player, but a great athlete. The speed, able to get to the outside and put Lehi immediately into great field position and an opportunity to try and get an equalizer here on the scoreboard.
Here come this Lehi Pioneer offense. Hollingshead lined up in the shotgun. Eka, of course, in the backfield. Hollingshead will take the snap. Pressure coming. Hollingshead steps up in the pocket and escapes. Hollingshead will slide down. Good recognition there by Hollingshead to avoid the danger, avoid the sack, and gets good yardage.
Yeah, Cash Hollingshead seeing what Tyler Messer's doing said, hey, anything you can do, I can do better. Avoids the rush, gets the good pickup on first down, And it looks like they only gave him 3 yards on that. I'm guessing it's because he slid, and the start of his slide was there at the 45-yard line. Thought he picked up a little bit more, but more importantly, he saved a big loss.
2nd and 8. Hollingshead, handoff to Eka. Eka spins, and Devon Eka will be brought down after 1 on the Gary.
Yeah, and that's how you have to defend Devon Eka. He's one of the best, if not the best, running backs in the state. Recently committed to BYU this week, but you have to defend him as a team. You have to tackle him as a team. You see the spin move, evades one defender, and then runs into multiple Mustangs after that. You just have to gang tackle him because he rarely goes down with just one hit.
Eka coming into this game, 70 carries on the season, 577 yards, 10 touchdowns on the ground, 11 receptions for 224 yards, 3 games where he's rushed for over 100 yards or more.
Yep, good.
Dominant from Devon Eka. Hollingshead will roll out to the right. Hollingshead looking downfield, gets it out, and it goes out of bounds and incomplete. Ball intended for Reichert.
And Hollingshead has the luxury of having, I think, the largest offensive line in high school football here in the state of Utah. They average 300 pounds across the board. I say it's a luxury, but it can also be a detriment because you've got all day to throw back there. He's going to have to be decisive tonight. Puts him in fourth and long, and unfortunately, you just have to pick up something there on 3rd down as Lehi's going to punt it away.
You bring up the line, and I think that's what makes this matchup so interesting. You have both sides who have phenomenal offensive lines and phenomenal defensive lines as well.
Yeah, and big, stout offensive and defensive lines. You've got Kemper Castro there, defensive end, 6'4", 235. You've got Nu'u Maui at, at nose tackle, and he's 6'3", 265. You say that, and it sounds maybe light for a college team, and then you remember this is a high school program, and so we're seeing two schools with really extraordinary size, but it just goes to reinforce the point that we always make on these broadcasts, Alex, which is high school football here in the state of Utah is elite. There are so many good football players. It is so underrated, which is incredible because it was one of the highest rates per capita of producing NFL players.
And on top of that, we got to give line to the big guys, or love to the big guys.
I mean, they got to earn it first, but as a former offensive lineman, I'm always a stickler in that regards. But, it looks the interesting part about it is you talk about that. Lehi sends that tremendous offensive line back out there. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
4th down play coming up for the Pioneers. Hollingshead in the shotgun. Eka lined up alongside him in the backfield. Hollingshead drops back. Hollingshead over the middle. It's caught and brought down. Jackson Lattimore with the catch, and it's a 1st down Pioneers. Flags come out.
It's going to get some extracurriculars here. We'll see what the call is. Didn't exactly see what happened, but Lattimore, a big target at 6'3", 195. And so you made sure to secure the catch there on 4th down. It's part of being a well-coached athlete. And Lehi has a great coaching staff. It's been together for a while. It's Andy Hadfield's first year. And let's see, this one's going to come against Lehi, so I'm not sure entirely on what the extracurriculars were, but that's going to back him up.
The play was over, unsportsmanlike. On the offense, number 2, it's his first. Penalty is 15 yards from the end of the run.
So they're likely to have a conversation, being a good coaching staff, with Lattimore and point out to them that, hey, we got the 1st down, but then we gave up pretty much every single yard that we got. And so now for Lehi, puts them in a bit of a sticky situation. You're going to have 1st and 10, but it's almost from the original line of scrimmage.
Great catch, though, made by Lattimore on a big 4th down play, no less. It will put him back, though, so ball here on the 43 on 1st down. Hollingshead, handoff to Eka. Eka bounces out to the left. Devon Eka with time and space up the sideline and will be stuffed short. Oh, no, we'll see where the spot is. And that's enough for the 1st down.
And another Pioneer.
Big run from Devon Eka on 1st down. Now with the ball on the 32-yard line, here comes 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Down 13-0 here at home. Hollingshead coming out with the empty backfield. 2 receivers lined up to the near sideline, 3 over on the far side. Hollingshead, pressure coming. Hollingshead just gets rid of it prior to taking the sack.
And that pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, just a great job there by Timote Kinikini, number 44. Doesn't have a lot of tackles on the season, but he is a rush specialist. And you see this defensive line getting pressure. And Kinikini coming from, looked like the linebacker position on that one. And Herriman is not unique in the sense that they go with an odd front, but in the fact that you have Kinikini at his size at linebacker.
Snap here taken by Hollingshead. We'll hand it off to Eka, and Eka's going nowhere. Dropped in the backfield for the loss.
Yeah, Cannon Brinton there early, and another linebacker from that back 4. It's kind of a 3-4 look that they give you in that odd front. And you see one of the Herriman players down. We hope that he's okay. Looks like he's going to get back up, and unfortunately that's number 77, Nu'u Maui. We hope that he's okay. Big fella has done a great job tonight of stuffing up the middle.
Making his way over to the sideline with the training staff for the Herriman Mustangs.
We wish him the best of luck.
Gets an ovation, clapping ovation here from the home fans. Good to see. Good to hear. 8:12 left to go in the first quarter. It's 3rd and long here for the Lehi Pioneers.
As that clock ticks here in the second quarter, I think the real takeaway has been Herriman coming in here feeling every bit like they can match up against this Lehi offense.
Hollingshead drops back, steps up, gets rid of it. It's caught, and he's brought down. And that'll be short of the first down gain, but a good catch made by Britton New.
Yeah, it was a great job by Brighton New of securing the ball, despite the fact that he was going to take a hit. McCray Parker there, number 23, trying to send a message, and it's going to be 4th and 5 now for Lehi. They're going to attempt the field goal here. See, but the field goal team coming on the field.
Bodie Hammond with the field goal. It's a fake! It's a fake, but it's whistled dead! The coaching staff for the Herriman Mustangs were pointing over here to the near sideline because they saw it, and they called the timeout prior to. Incredible recognition from the coaching staff.
And you have to be honest, like, I'm not surprised that Coach Matt Rickards and his staff had somebody with eyes on what was going on, especially after what happened last week in Oklahoma, Auburn. Everybody in the country is aware that you have to keep eyes on that. I think the part for Lehi that's heartbreaking is they had the wide open Legend Glasgow there ready to, excuse me, not Legend Glasgow, I believe it was number 11, PJ Taki, ready to prance into the end zone. And just, you know, a great trick play, great concept there from Lehi, and maybe even better recognition from this Herriman coaching staff. And, you know, as we were getting ready to set up here, we saw 4 of them climb up into the booth. They've got eyes everywhere tonight.
They went and they wanted to go for the fake on 4th down. Instead, the offense will come back out after the timeout. Hollingshead lined up in the shotgun, Eka in the backfield. Still waiting for the officials here to get set, having conversations with head coach Matt Rickards over on that far sideline.
And I imagine that some of that conversation is about whether or not a player has to check in that situation. It's part of the discrepancy with the SEC having to admit that their officials missed a call.
This is Hollingshead. Ball, it's batted, but it lands into the hands of Devon Eka, and Eka's pushed out of bounds. Couldn't get the first down. It's a turnover on downs, and the Mustangs will get possession back.
When in doubt, you want to go to your superstars, and that's exactly what Lehi tried to do there, and Herriman was ready for it. As you see them trying to go to the screen pass into the boundary, and plenty of Mustang defenders there. Eka not able to avoid them all. Falls short of the first down, and that is a monstrous stop for this Herriman Mustang defense.
Building your dream home? Camson Electric specializes in custom homes with precision, quality, and clean design. From concept to completion, we power it all. Visit CamsonElectric.com. Here on 1st down, Felipe with the run. Stopped after about a 5-yard gain. 4-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And you can see why Felipe averages over 150 yards a game. Nearly 10 yards per rush. This is one of the better defenses in the state, and they're just rambling all over him right now.
Messer lined up in the shotgun. Felice Felipe in the backfield. Receiver in motion. 3 lined up to the near sideline for the Mustangs. 2nd and 5. Handoff to Felipe. Up the middle. Felipe finds some space. Felipe with the first down run, still on his feet. And finally wrestled down. Flags coming out after the play, but Felipe with a big first down run.
Well, it wasn't a monstrous run, but it sure was angry as you see him twirling and struggling to get more and more yards. Kyle Brand somewhere looking down proudly after that one. Fortunately, we don't have a scepter here on Rewind Sports Network as we wait for the call, but Felipe has been super impressive tonight, as he has been all year long.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit, number 0, the 15-yard penalty, first down.
Late hit call against Vincent Evans, and it'll give Herriman extra yardage.
It'll put Herriman in the Pioneers.
Yeah, and discipline has been a bit of an issue for this Lehi football team. And then multiple penalties last week against Skyridge as well.
That run just straight up the middle, but going nowhere. Gets 2 on the carry.
2 yards. Race tackled by a couple of Pioneers.
Yeah, just a simple zone play, and on that time, defensive line doing a good job of staying down in their assignments, reading their keys, and see Felipe just not as much space to operate in. And you know, for Lehi, it's about settling in right now and getting a stop.
Second down here for the Mustangs. Messer line up in the shotgun, sends a receiver in motion. Messer keeps. Messer in trouble. Messer breaks a tackle and finally brought down. Tyler Messer down for the sack.
Sack behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you see Messer losing his helmet there, so I imagine he'll have to go out here for a play. But I think the more impressive story for that is you see multiple Lehi defenders coming in trying to punish Messer, and he doesn't go down, Alex. A tough runner, and I get that you get the sack at the end of it. It's a nice pickup in the stat column, but if you're Lehi, it's time to buckle up. You have to tackle effectively because Herriman is here to play tonight.
Bryson Sweeney into the game, the junior quarterback for Tyler Messer. Sweeney drops back. Sweeney over the top. And it falls short. Ball intended for Gavin Hansen as it hits the turf, incomplete, and brings up 4th down.
Sorry, I was going to say they have confidence in Sweeney. He's thrown the ball 12 times this year, completed 9 of them for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. And granted, some of that mop-up duty, but part of why you understand that they have confidence in him throwing that ball. Wasn't able to connect on that play. Lehi gets the needed stop. Now their offense gets a chance to try and equal that score with 4:10 left in the game. Excuse me, half. First half. Where am I? Who's on first?
Bob punted away. Flags come out as it's a fair catch called by Legend Glasker. We'll see what this flag is, though, Brian.
Yeah, we'll see what the flag is. In the meantime, it looked like that penalty was trying to touch a Starlink satellite because it was a true rainbow, and I believe it was Glasker able to field that. Maybe it might have been Trayson Fabrizio, excuse me.
Holding on receiving team, number 11. Kelly Thompson to the goal for touchdown.
I don't know how you get a holding penalty when you get a fair catch, but that's the call against Lehi Pioneers. That's going to back them up an additional half the distance to the goal. A costly penalty, and now Lehi's going to start deep in their own territory. So they'll have a good 93 yards to go to try and get a score here.
Some love and positivity showing up here in the second quarter. Hollingshead trying to catch the Mustangs on the hard snap. "12 seconds on the play clock. Hollingshead with Eka lined up in the backfield. Hollingshead takes the snap. Gets it out quick to Eka. Eka makes 2 miss. Eka still trying to get more yardage. And Devon Eka with a big catch on first down.
You can see why he's such a highly coveted prospect. Makes multiple defenders on that, able to pick up the additional yards. But they really need to find ways to get Eka out in space, whether it's in the run game, the pass game. You know, there's only so many times you can go to the well with a screenplay, and especially backed up your own end zone. It's a bit of a risky endeavor, but you can see the confidence they have in Devon Eka, and justifiably so, and turned what was a potential no gain into 5 yards.
Hollingshead, another handoff straight to Eka. Eka finds a hole. Eka with the first down run and gets more. Devon Eka.
I know this is the offensive lineman in me, but more of that, please. Give us some Devon Eka gaps. Get him up into the middle of that defense, into the second, not quite the secondary, but the second level, third level. Let him cook. He is so effective once he gets past that first level.
3 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Handoff again to Eka, out to the left. Eka wrestled out of bounds after 2 on the game.
Yeah, and it's only a 3-yard gain, but you see it takes 4 and 5 Herriman defenders to get there. And early on, there are some hands on hips over there for the Mustang defense. If I'm Coach Andy Hadfield, I'm going to continue to feed my monster into Von Ecke. I know we're into scary season. Feed that beast. Feed him, Stanley. Feed him. It's a reference that's probably outside of your age range, Alex.
Hopefully the people at home understood.
Yeah, I hope there's someone out there that knows Von Ecke is his own little shop of horrors.
Hollingshead gets it out, but it falls incomplete. The pressure was coming. Ball intended for Ecke, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and for this Lehi offense, there's so much responsibility on Cash Hollingshead, right? And he just is thinking through so much right now about where to go with the football, how to protect it, what choice to make. And he's got good protection on that one, just trying to find the open man. He had Ecke, finally tries to go to him just basically as a dump off to get rid of the ball. Just has to speed that process up. He's only a junior, so he's learning.
Hollingshead takes a snap. Ball out quickly. It's into the hands and falls incomplete. Intended there.
Hollingshead's pass falls incomplete, intended for number 85, Carter Cutler.
For number 85, Carter Cutler, and it falls incomplete.
And that was the kind of play and kind of throw that I think Lee has been building to. It's just simple slant route, and Cutler not able to reel that one in. Hollingshead finally just rips one off. It's just 1, 2, 3, boom. Delivers a dart. Great throw, and the Lehi Pioneers, you needed to pick up that 3rd down. Unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Ball punts it away. It's short. Called for the fair catch. Flag comes out.
Fair catch is made.
And we'll see what the flag is here, but Herriman will take over here at the 50 pending the flag.
Yeah, and I'll shout out number 49, Bodie Hammond. Does a good job of getting that punt off. There was pressure from that Herriman special teams unit on that one. And for Lehi, this was the kind of game where you expected them to respond positively after getting beat by Skyridge. It's a rivalry game. You've got so much on the line throughout the game, throughout the course of the season, as we get the call from the official there holding against the receiving team. So that's going to help this defense out. Now with 2:30 left, it's about getting a stop or trying to get a turnover. Anything you can do to get your offense the ball back. And so we'll see how Coach Hadfield manages his timeouts. I believe he only has 1 left. But for Lehi, a rough start to this one.
2:30 left. Messer takes the snap, handoff to Felipe, and Felipe going nowhere as he's brought down by this Lehi Pioneers defense.
Ball carrier 1-yard gain before he's tackled hard by Lehi's number 95, Briggs Love.
And nice job by Briggs Love there in the middle there. Number 95, one of my favorite players, scored a touchdown this season, a thick 6, if you will, from the big fella. We also watched him against Mountain Ridge do some interesting things on the offensive side of the football. Gets the tackle there.
Ball out by Messer. Screen play as it's caught. Hansen trying to get the first down run. We'll see where the spot is. They will give him the first down.
Yeah, great call there by Coach Rickards and his staff. Just does a nice job of inviting that defense upfield in the screen pass. And that's part of the problem with being so effective in the rush game if you're Lehi. Anytime you get a sniff and trying to get in the backfield, you're missing some of those keys and over pursuing, and it allows Herriman to pick up a first down.
Ball at the 50 here for the Mustangs. Time ticking away, 1:35 left to go. Messer drops back. Messer going over the top. It's into the hands and falls incomplete, overthrown as it goes out of bounds. Looks like it was intended for Polanco.
Yeah, one of the rare misses by Tyler Messer. He's been fantastic all game long. And I want to shout out Herriman offensive coordinator Brian Good, who has been really great tonight, almost betraying his surname there. As this offense has done everything that they've needed to do, looking to finish off this a nearly perfect first half with another score. 2nd
down here for the Mustangs. Handoff up the middle to Felipe. Felipe gets back to the line of scrimmage, gets 1 and brought down. 1:22 left to go. Time ticking away. 3rd down coming up here for the Mustangs.
And more importantly, that clock is continuing to tick for Herriman as we're down to 1:08 left and counting downwards, eclipsing any kind of opportunity for Lehi to get the ball back and score.
Under a minute to go. Third down here for Herriman. Receiver in motion. Messer takes the snap. Messer over the top, and it falls incomplete. Off the big hit. And immediately the training staff running onto the field to take a look at the intended receiver.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward collision there. I don't know that I saw anything malicious or targeting or anything like that. Just two players colliding with one, and as we see, the wide receiver for Herriman is down and pops right back up. And that's great to see for number 10 there for Herriman, Gavin Hansen. I wonder if maybe he just got the air knocked out of him a little bit.
Great to see Gavin Hansen step up, immediately pop back up after taking his second there on the turf. Had a couple of big catches so far in this one. It's Gavin Hansen back on his feet. Fourth down coming up here for the Mustangs with 48 seconds left. They will punt it away here on fourth down.
Yeah, and then advantageous there is Lehi's able to get the clock stopped, and we'll get the ball back here. And even better, you're going to get the ball in the hands of Legend Glasker here on the return, so potential for a big play is high.
Prior to the punt, we'll have whistle and flags. No flags, just the ref timeout. They weren't set.
I don't know that anybody else noticed, but a second ticked off the clock there, so we'll see how that plays into this.
Punt here away for the Mustangs. Ball booted up and away. Glasker muffs the punt, and it's picked up by the Mustangs. Legend Glasker can't bring it in. Recovered by Herriman inside the red zone.
And the Mustangs recover.
Just everything going in the way of Herriman this first half. Glasker trying to make a big play, not able to reel in the punt, and it bounces directly into the hands of a Herriman Mustang. And now suddenly the Mustangs are the ones in scoring position here with 37 seconds left as they get the ball back at the 12-yard line. Just an incredible turn of events before the half, Alex.
How massive can that be? Lehi had a chance to get the ball back, march it down with 40 seconds, trying to get back into this one, and instead here's Messer on first down. Messer to the end zone. It's incomplete, and the flags come out. Intended for Peyton Wassam.
Yeah, Trayson Fabrizio going to be the one penalized on that one, and I will refer to the old gimmick, love and positivity. I don't know that I saw the same thing that the official did on that one. Granted, I am 500 feet away, so. If there is a bright side to that, it's only half the distance to the goal. So if you're going to complete a pass interference, this is the place to do it. But for Herriman, avoided near disaster is Lehi sent the backside blitz, and Tyler Messer paid the price on that one. They at least get a penalty out of it.
33.3 seconds left. Messer here on first down. Takes the snap. Messer, pressure coming. Messer running out to the left to escape. Still Messer gets it towards the end zone, and it is incomplete.
Boy, Tyler Messer has must-watch TV, or must-stream TV, I guess, in this day and age. You see him avoid multiple Lehi defenders as the pursuit is intense early on. He rolls out to the left side there, searching. At the last minute, finds his receiver, delivers a dot, just not enough to keep the receiver in bounds. And Lehi breathes a deep sigh of relief, hard enough for me to say.
Big play there on first down. Tyler Messer making things happen. Brings up second down as Messer drops back. Messer to the end zone, and again falls incomplete, but we do have flags flying out. 18 seconds left. here in the in the second quarter, and we'll see what the call is, Brian.
Holding. Offense. Number 58. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Holding called against the Mustangs. They'll be pushed back on second down.
From the 17-yard line.
Ball on the 17-yard line here for the Mustangs. They need 14 for the first down. Don't have to necessarily get it into the end zone, just have to get it past the sticks. Messer in trouble, and Messer's going down. Sacked by the Pioneers. And Messer with a big loss on second down.
Yeah, and shout out to Vincent Evans. He has been after Tyler Messer this entire series. Number 0 has been all over everywhere. It's his third sack of the season. Also leads this Lehi team in tackles. Finally able to drag down Messer, and I think even bigger for the Lehi Pioneers. This is right at the distance of being outside of field goal range.
Tate Love gingerly making his way over to the sideline. Herriman's training staff had to come on and take a look at Tate Love, number 2, the leading receiver for the Mustangs.
You said it, Tate Love leading the Stings with 20 receptions this season. Also has a touchdown through the air. He's almost an automatic first down in that regards with 12 yards per reception. And for the Mustangs, that's a big loss. This is not a team that can sustain multiple losses at multiple positions. So you've already lost your nose guard, losing your wide receiver there. And now at this point in time, you've got a 49-yard field goal. If that were the case, but it looks like Herriman's going to go for it here with 10.9 left to go.
10 seconds left. Messer coming out, lined up in the shotgun. Felipe in the backfield. We'll see what the call is here from that Herriman Mustangs team as they have it on 3rd and 25. Pressure coming, goes out. It's caught by Grundy. And Grundy pushed out of bounds with 4 seconds left.
Yeah, and that's a great pickup for Herriman, and I think it's going to give them enough here that they can set up for the field goal. Just a great job by Grundy of fighting through the tackle, and if you're the Lehi Pioneers, it's about wrapping up, wrap up, drag those guys down, otherwise you're giving up additional yards.
Jack Cleverly coming out for the field goal to try to add 3 to this Herriman lead. Cleverly. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Wow. Cleverly tacks on 3 prior to the end of the first half, and the Mustangs head into the halftime break up 16-0 against the Pioneers.
Just a wild finish to what's been a very surprising first half, Alex. Is see Cleverly hit the knuckleballer over the crossbar, saw a Lehi player jumping, hurtling over the entire Herriman offensive line there. Just a little bit of everything in that half, and I think for those watching at home, you're going to want to stay tuned to this one. We're in for a big-time finish.
Don't go anywhere. Second half action when we return here on the Rewind Sports Network. I want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. Also want to give out shout-outs to the proud sponsors of Lehi football here on the Rewind Sports Network. Jersey Mike's Subs is proud to support Lehi Pioneers. Come on by Jersey Mike's Subs and try the number 13 original Italian provolone cheese and 5 different meats, all sliced fresh on the spot. Or get a hot Philly cheesesteak grilled fresh right in front of you. Experience the sub-above difference at Jersey Mike's. Also brought to you by Les Schwab. Over 73 years ago, we set the standard for tire service. Today, we continue to go out of our way to keep you on your way. We are local experts who can give you useful advice for the roads you drive. Open Loop, proud sponsor of Lehi football. Whether it's on the field or in the field, pressure reveals the prepared. Open Loop energy, built for the moments that matter. Quench It. Quench It is the drive-through soda and snack shop that satisfies your cravings when you're on the run. Think about it for just a second, and you'll realize your thirst is probably calling you. And come to think of it, so is your hunger. So jump in the car and head over. We're probably close by. Quench It Soda and Snacks. Skin Science Institute. Skin Science Institute offers the best aesthetic instruction and services in Salt Lake City area. Whether you're a student looking for a new career path or a client looking for affordable services, we have it all. We are dedicated to providing our clients the ambience, relaxation products, and professionalism of a high-end spa without the end prices. Smoked tacos, starting from our roots as a taco truck in Salt Lake City, Utah, and smoking meats professionally for over 15 years, the Smoked Taco decided to create something special by using premium smoked meats for tacos. The result is the best taco you'll ever eat, available for in-restaurant, taco delivery, taco catering, or however you want it. Thank you to all of our proud sponsors of Lehi Football here on the Rewind Sports Network. I'm Alex Napolis, that's Brian Brown, as we get ready to start second half action between the Lehi Pioneers and the Herriman Mustangs. What a first half it was for Herriman, 16-0, as they lead it here. A top 10 matchup. The run game has been great. Mester's been fun to watch. Herriman right now winning here at Lehi on homecoming night.
Yeah, it's really been all Herriman, and on the flip side of it's been a lot of miscues, surprisingly, for the Lehi Pioneers. Just not a really disciplined affair for them. Thought they came out with some effort, thought they came out with energy, but we've seen some drop passes, some missed tackles, uncharacteristic penalties. A muffed punt at one point in time, and so for Lehi, I think a lot of this second half is going to be about getting out of their own way and getting back to playing Pioneer football. This is a squad, this is a program, this is a culture that carries a lot of pride with it. So I expect them to come out firing on all cylinders with a ton of energy and a ton of effort. They'll get the ball to start on offense. And on the flip side for Herriman, it's about keeping the boat going forward, and sometimes that's a lot harder than it seems, because you had such an outstanding first half, got a 16-point lead. You cannot get complacent, and that is a monstrous task now for the Mustangs.
And you know I have to give a massive shout out. Head coach Matt Rickards over there for the Herriman Mustangs, formerly at Kearns High School, where he went 71-50 overall with the Cougars. And now doing amazing things here with this Herriman football program. Glasker brought down. Decent return by Glasker, but that's where Lehi will start off their drive as they come out for the first time this second half.
Yeah, and at this point in time, Lehi needs anything they can get to start the motor of this offense. Cash Hollingshead's been good, but a little inconsistent, and for Coach Andy Hetfield and his crew, nothing is off the table in terms of how you want to start this half. You don't need to come out with tempo. You don't need to come out and try and win it with this very first drive. It is a 16-point lead that is very, very much within the wheelhouse of this Lehi program to try and overcome.
Wyatt Bingham in at quarterback. Bingham, pressure coming, gets it out, caught by Eka. As Wyatt Bingham with his first pass of this game.
And you had to wonder if maybe this move was coming. Wyatt Bingham played a ton last year at Mountain Ridge, was splitting times with Cash Hollingshead. The offense just needs a jump start right now, and Wyatt Bingham may be just the guy to do that.
Quick reminder for that loss at Mountain Ridge. We were there, Brian, and we saw Wyatt Bingham come in a lot. And that offense was moving down the field with Bingham. Now here's a big run by Eka. Devon Eka makes a tackle miss, and he'll head into the end zone. There you have it, Devon Eka. Touchdown, Pioneers.
I asked for a spark. Devon Eka lit a bonfire as he burns down the sideline, races to the end zone, and immediately puts Lehi back into this game, and confetti flies everywhere. as the Pioneers will get a chance to ring that bell, scoring their first touchdown of the game.
Devon Eka with a phenomenal run. The Pioneers here with Hamden. Hammond puts it up, and it's good. 16-7, just like that. The Pioneers back into this one after the big run from Devon Eka.
Devon Eka ring that bell.
What a weapon Devon Eka is. Literally the first touch of the second half. He races the length of the field. And that is really his essence, is that ability to just explode at any point into a big play. And for a Lehi team that was looking for something here in the second half, that's definitely one way to get it going.
Magnify Real Estate, Stacey Rogers knows a home is more than walls. It's community, connection, and where memories are made. Whether buying or selling, Stacey brings results for Lehi families. Stacey Rogers, Magnify Real Estate, proud supporter of Pioneer football. The Lehi Pioneers with the touchdown, Devon Eka. Ball booted away on the kickoff. It'll go into the end zone. Back for a touchback. And now how will the Mustangs respond after the Pioneers get their first touchdown of the night?
And this is basically how the first half started out for Herriman, and went down on their very first drive and scored. Granted, they took a few more plays, but for the Mustangs now it's a little bit of a different story. There's some pressure on you. You need to try and match what Lehi just did, and you saw how explosive that offense can be. It only takes one play. They can jump right back into this game.
Messer lined up in the shotgun. Messer takes the snap. Over the middle, it's caught and brought down. Catch there made by Toa Roberts. And that's enough for the first down.
Yeah, haven't seen a lot of Toa Roberts in the pass game so far tonight, but he's a great target there for Messer in this Mustang offense, and most of all, he moves the sticks on the very first play.
Tyler Messer takes the snap. Felipe up the middle, and he'll be brought down. Ball is out and recovered by the Mustangs.
For the Mustangs, it's fumbled but recovered by number 11, Toa Roberts.
Roberts again there on the recovery, and didn't call his name much in the first half. Already called his name twice in the second half. But from Herriman, a little bit of an early scare there as the ball slips away. And for the Mustangs, really, it's about protecting this lead. You have to protect the football.
Run up the middle by Felipe with a big run, still on his feet, and finally wrestled down. Felipe with a big first down run for the Mustangs.
Felici starting off right where he ended the first half, just angrily running into the teeth of that Lehi defense, and Herriman going with tempo now.
Herriman quickly back to the line. Messer again to Felipe. Felipe up the middle, gets 2 on the carry.
And not a lot of space in the interior there, but you like the call. It's just a set design, right? You know exactly that you're going to run this play, run it right in the defense and try and be quick. They're up and ready to go again.
Messer drops back over the middle, and it falls incomplete. Ball intended for Hansen, close to being intercepted.
Yes, it was. I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication on that or what. Messer not anywhere near Hansen on that, but much closer to throwing it to a Lehi defender, and that would have been a monster turnover had it gone through. But again, Lehi with an opportunity to get a stop here on third down.
9:30 left to go. Third down here for the Mustangs. They need 8. Receiver in motion. It's Tate Love. Messer drops back. Messer going over the top, and it's Grundy who can't bring it in. Hits the turf, falls incomplete. Intended for Cooper Grundy.
Boy, I tell you, that was a nearly perfect ball from Messer, and found Grundy in stride as he reaches out there, just not able to reel it in, right between 2 Lehi defenders. And for Herriman, give the ball away now. Give it back to this Lehi offense, which has found some life. And not only has the offense found life, but so has this crowd, Alex. It was getting loud, even up here in the booth.
Sebastian Alfonso will boot this one up and away for the Mustangs. High arching kick. Takes a friendly bounce for the Mustangs, and it will roll dead at the 19. That's where we'll see this offense come back out. Again, it was Wyatt Bingham who led this offense out last drive, and it looks like it will continue to be Wyatt Bingham to lead this Pioneers offense. Got the touchdown last drive. Can they respond again?
Yeah, and I think the more important part is that Devon Eka is going to be coming back out on the field for this Lehi offense. And we talked about it as we came out of the halftime, that everything is in position for you if you're Lehi. Nothing is off the table. And I'm going to say it again. Devon Eka, feed the beast. Feed him. Turn him into your monster.
9:19 here in the third quarter. Handoff to Eka. Pitch back to Glasker. Glasker has space. Glasker wrestled down near the 30. And trick play, trickeration for the Pioneers, and it works.
Yeah, nice little pitch reverse there off of that. We see Wyatt Bingham lead blocking out there. And you can see how explosive Legend Glasker is. Herriman doing a good job of staying home and reading their keys, seeing it coming all the way, and Glasker still picks up the first down.
Wyatt Bingham line up in the shotgun. Eka in the backfield. 8:50 left to go. Wyatt Bingham will hand off to Devon Eka. Eka up the middle, and Devon Eka with another big run. Give that man the ball. Devon Eka with another first down run.
We talked about Devon Eka lighting a fire, and it looks like he's lit a fire under his offensive line. That's some of the best get-off that I've seen from the Big Five up front so far this game, driving guys off the ball. And you mentioned that this Herriman front, it's good to see number 77, New Mawai, back out there. But, you know, this front, it's an even front, just 3 down linemen. They got pushed around on that one just a bit.
Wyatt Bingham drops back for the pass. Bingham over the top to Glasker, and it's caught! Legend Glasker on the sideline reels it in, and it's a first down snag for Legend Glasker.
That's the kind of throw that we're used to seeing from Wyatt Bingham, but the real advantage is having Legend Glasker out there to go catch it. A beautiful catch. And that one might be worthy of a rewind top play. Dare I say, the defender may have gotten mossed.
8:07 left to go here on first down. As the Pioneers moving the ball quickly downfield. Bingham with a big pass to Glasker. Now Bingham again takes the snap, rolls out to his left, gets it out quick, falls incomplete. Intended for Lattimore.
You can see Wyatt Bingham just a little bit outside the outstretched arms of his receiver there on that one, and about the only thing that hasn't gone the way of the Pioneers so far in this second half.
The Jersey Mike's red zone.
Second down coming up here for Lehi. Bingham line up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Hand off to Eka. Eka out to the right. Devon Eka makes one miss, makes a second miss, and Devon Eka pushed out of bounds.
Carry for the Pioneers, gain of 8 yards inside the 10-yard line.
I love Devon Eka. That's all I have to say. He's just an incredible player to watch. Strong, powerful, explosive. He has it all. Showcased it on that run, and luckily the defender got him out of bounds. Otherwise, Eka was hunting for another 6.
The Lehi Pioneers coming alive here in the second half. 7:56 left to go. They're in the red zone. Eka not on the field for this one. It's Verbecki lined up in the backfield. Bingham drops back to pass. Wyatt Bingham steps up in the pocket. Bingham makes one miss. Bingham now trying to barrel into the end zone, and he'll be stopped short. Bingham using his feet down at the 1.
Takes the ball down to the 1-yard line. It'll be first.
See what a difference Wyatt Bingham makes. Just the maturity. He's got a year of starting under his belt. He's taking every advantage as he can of this opportunity, and you see him striving and driving to try and pick up the first down there and gets them in first and goal now from the 1.
Heavy package out for the Pioneers. Briggs Love lined up in the backfield. Hand off to Briggs. Briggs barrels into the end zone. he stops short.
Number 95, Briggs Love, the ball carrier for the Pioneers.
Briggs Love thought he had it, but he's marked short, literally inches away from the goal line.
Leaves the Pioneers with a second and inches.
Yeah, I wanted that for Briggs Love as well. Nothing like a thick 6, but credit to this Herriman defense as they stood tall. Said, not today. We'll see what happens here on second down.
Second down, Briggs Love still out there for the Pioneers. Another handoff to Love. Love will now barrel it through. Still waiting for the call, and again stops short.
95, ball carrier, stops short of the goal line. They'll bring up third and 1 for the Pioneers.
And for the Pioneers, you have to wonder how long you want to go with the Briggs Love experiment back there, because that Herriman defense knows exactly what's going to happen. He's not going to go out on the screen. He's not going to go out on a dump pass. There's no option for him to run a route. So you want to see what they have to build off of that right here, or maybe they're just going to try and power this one in one more time.
Briggs Love still out there for the Pioneers. Bingham will take the snap. It's a fake. Out to the end zone. It's caught and into the end zone. Touchdown, Taki Taki.
The genius of Coach Hatfield. He knew exactly what I was thinking. We got to build something off of that. You see Wyatt Bingham fake the handoff, roll out, and drops a dime in the bucket there for Taki Taki as he reels it in for 6. And just like that, the Lehi Pioneers are storming back onto the winning trail.
13 unanswered pending the PAT. Hammond's kick is up. Hammond's kick is good. 14 straight unanswered for the Lehi Pioneers. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
When the pressure's on and there's no room for failure, Open Loop Energy delivers. Proud supporters of the next generation of champions, both on the field and in the field.
Kicking off for the Pioneers.
14 straight unanswered for the Lehi Pioneers. 6:13 left to go in the third quarter, and it's a 2-point lead for the Mustangs. 16-14, Herriman leads. The Herriman Mustangs trying to stay undefeated. That ball booted away by Hammond. It'll go into the end zone, back for a touchback. And now we'll have another chance to see this Mustang offense come out, moving the ball effectively well to start the drive last time, but then ended up stalling out. How important is it for the Mustangs to get something going here? Now only up by 2.
It's very important, Alex. A very astute observation by you that Herriman needs to get something going, if nothing else, to get their defense a breath. It has been an absolute onslaught ever since the beginning of the second half. I know that Herriman expected that to some degree, but it's very different to expect to be hit by a train and be hit by a train. And right now, the Lehi Express is hitting on all cylinders.
Tyler Messer lined up in the shotgun here on first down. Messer takes the snap. Handoff up the middle to Felipe, and Felipe is going nowhere. Brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
And there's just such a different energy out there right now for Lehi as you see they're able to corral Felipe. I think that's the first time that he's been stopped for less than a 3 or 4 yard gain. And to be honest, he hasn't been stopped very often this season, but there is so much momentum on the side of this Pioneer football team.
Second down coming up for the Mustangs. Tyler Messer lined up in the shotgun. Felipe in the backfield. 2 receivers lined up to each side here for Messer. Another handoff up the middle. This time Felipe finds some space, pushed forward, and Felipe with an 8-yard gain.
Oh, and Lehi was lucky that they only stopped him after 8 yards because he had a wide crease. If he'd just been able to break it to the outside, but just get jammed up on both Herriman and Lehi players on that one. And now third down for this Herriman offense.
Quickly back to the line here for third down. Messer takes the snap, floats it up to Hansen, and it is incomplete.
Just a great job by Max Jenkins there as he's able to get a hand in there, play some fantastic defense, gets a hand in there, knocks the ball away. And Herriman did exactly what they couldn't do on that. They go 3 and out, Alex, and now they're going to kick the ball back to this Lehi offense with all sorts of momentum. But they still have to make sure that they get this punt away. Oftentimes we talk about the next series, the next drive. You still have to handle your business on special teams.
Alfonso out to punt it away for the Mustangs. Punt is up and away. Glasker will let it bounce. Glasker will now return. Glasker trying to find some space, but he's brought down at the 38. And that's where this Pioneer offense will start their drive.
A good job there by Glasker to let the ball bounce, and it literally bounces right into his arms where he's able to make a 10-yard gain after the punt. Puts Lehi at the 39-yard line, And that'll be plenty good field position for an offense that really hasn't found anything to stop them so far here in the second half.
In a healthcare emergency, the Westlake Emergency Center is part of your team. The Westlake Emergency Center is always open and located conveniently in West Lehi. The Westlake Emergency Center is a proud sponsor of Lehi High School football. Bingham will take the snap. On first down. Over the middle, it's caught and wrestled down. Lattimore brings it in. And it'll be short. 8-yard catch made by Lattimore.
Leave the Pioneers with a second and
that's a nice catch there by Lattimore. He trots off the field. They're picking up 8 yards there for the Pioneers, and you just have to wonder how many different ways can Lehi score right now with Wyatt Bingham back there.
Bingham, handoff to Eka. Eka bounces out to the right. Devon Eka had a hole, and a last-ditch tackle made there by Ellermeyer to deny Eka from a big run.
Yeah, Devon Eka, normally not one to go down with an arm tackle, but Troy Ellermeyer managed to grab enough of him to pull him to the turf, and otherwise Devon Eka looked like he was ready for another house call.
First down coming up here for the Pioneers. After the run from Eka, Bingham in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, gets it out quick, caught by number 30, that is Sam Verbecki, as he's pushed out of bounds.
And Verbecki, the junior, nice change of pace as he just catches a swing pass out of the backfield and quickly gets upfield for a 6-yard gain. And right now, Lehi is just cooking with everything they've got. And that oil is hot right now, Alex.
Second down coming up here for the Pioneers. Bingham this time lined up with the empty backfield. 2 receivers to the near sideline, 3 over to the far. Bingham, empty backfield, takes the snap. Over the middle, it's caught and brought down as Legend Glasker picks up the first down.
This is a great job there by Cannon Brinton, and that's a matchup that I think Lehi wants to exploit as the linebacker's trying to guard the elite prospect wide receiver, and he's able to get the Glasker down with a shoestring tackle. Otherwise, Legend would have been off to the end zone too. And you're seeing this Herriman defense staying in the fight, just able to make play after play to limit the big play.
First and 10 coming up here for Bingham. Again, empty backfield. Pressure coming. Bingham's hit, but it's complete. Over the middle, caught by New.
Well, I tell you what, Wyatt Bingham took an absolute shot there from number 4, Kemper Castro, and it was a clean, legal hit. Nothing malicious about it, just a football play. I think what was impressive about it is he gets right back up after he delivers the strike, and it's another 6-7 yard gain. That's so demoralizing for a defense. You get that big shot, you think you're making progress, and you look, and you've given up 7-8 yards.
Bingham again here on second down. Bingham, handoff to Devon Eka. Eka bounces out to the left, and this time Eka brought down at the line of scrimmage. Not often you bring down Devon Eka like that.
Yeah, Devon Eka, you can feel the juice is going through him right now, and you can smell the cutback, and he's almost willing himself faster than his feet could get him over there as he's trying to cut back. A few Herriman defenders in the way, not able to pick up the first down. Now it's 3rd and short. And this drive has been so quick, and suddenly Lehi up against it a little bit, and Herriman with an opportunity to get a stop.
3rd down with 2:10 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Down by 2, handoff to Eka. Eka finds some space. Eka bounces out to the left. Devon Eka
Teach tape there when we talk about running backs getting skinny. That's Eka to a T on that play as he gets skinny between his blocker and cuts inside. That's not something that every running back can do. It's why he's so special. There's just a different level of twitch inside of him, and he's able to do that on a dime. Pick up the first down, a critical pickup for that Lehi offense.
For Becky, back out in the backfield for the Pioneers. Bingham lined up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side. Goes to the near side. Bingham gets it out. Lattimore caught, and it's pushed out of bounds. Jackson Lattimore with the 5-yard catch from Bingham.
There's so much attention gets paid to Legend Glasgow, but there are some fabulous pass catchers for this Lehi offense. Brighton knew the tight end who's doing a lot of the dirty work in the blocking game, but we've seen Jackson Lattimore become a reliable receiver for this group. He's starting to find a rhythm there with Wyatt Bingham.
135 here in the third. Bingham takes the snap. Handoff to Eka. Eka up the middle. Devon Eka with the push. And Devon Eka, we'll see where the spot is, but that should be enough for the first down.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be very, very close. And I like this move from Coach Andy Hadfield to get Eka back in the game. Get him his breather. Well, let's get him 6. And unfortunately, there's going to be an injury timeout as there is a Lehi player down. It looks like one of the big fellas is hurt.
Spotted short of the first down mark. A third down coming up for the Pioneers when we return here on the Rewind Sports Network. Third down coming up here for the Lehi Pioneers. Benjamin up on his feet, makes it over to the sideline as the trainers continue to take a look at him, but good to see him walk out on his own accord. Here comes a snap for Bingham. Bingham out to the right. Bingham to the end zone, and it is intercepted by the Mustangs. Ball's going the other way, an interception in the end zone for the Herriman Mustangs as Polanco comes down with it.
For the Mustangs, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Everything was going in Lehi's favor. Then you get the injury timeout, and suddenly Herriman gets an opportunity, and they capitalize, turning the ball over on the goal line. What a monster stop for this Herriman defense. And you can feel the life just sucked out of the stadium with that one. The ball just a little bit underthrown, and Brighton U couldn't get down to go get it.
Handoff up the middle to Felipe. Felipe brought down after a 4-yard gain. Wow, Polanco coming up with a big play. The game's not over yet, but that might be the helmet sticker of the night. Presented by Tab Bank.
Just a great job by Polanco of keeping good position. You've got a matchup there with a taller Brighton U, and Wyatt Bingham trying to roll out and put that ball on a rope. It's just a really tough throw to get it right at the right height. And Polanco capitalizing, does a great job of being right where he needs to be.
Handoff to Felipe up the left side. Felipe with time and space. Felipe past the 45 to the 50, still on his feet. And what a massive run by Felipe to end the third quarter.
Like Frazier Ali, it's a heavyweight fight. Devon Eka throws some blows. Felipe throws them back. And this is the kind of matchup, the kind of game that we were expecting tonight, Alex. And it has been every bit what we hoped it would be. What a monster game by Felipe.
Hey, we urge you to stay tuned in. It's a 2-point game as we head to the fourth quarter. Put those 4s up as the Mustangs and the Lehi Pioneers going head-to-head. Fourth quarter action on the other side when we return here on the Rewind Sports Network.
When the pressure's on and there's no room for failure, Open Loop Energy delivers. Proud supporters of the next generation of champions, both on the field and in the field.
UNVC provides complete building commissioning services across the Intermountain West. UNVC operations now encompass a complete set of building optimization services anchored in system commissioning, enclosure commissioning, and consulting, energy engineering, and facilities optimization. Proud sponsor of Pioneer football here on the Rewind Sports Network. On first down, another handoff to Felipe. And Felipe gets 3 on the carry to start fourth quarter action. It's the Mustangs who lead it by 2, 16-14 here at Lehi High School.
Felipe, the ball carrier for Herriman, gain of 3 yards.
And that timeout came at a perfect time for Lehi as Herriman had started to really explode there. Just an impressive job by this Mustang offense to respond.
Another handoff. No, Messer over the top. Falls incomplete, but flags flying out everywhere. Intended for what I believe was Hansen. Let's see what the call is here, Brian.
We'll wait here, but this could be a really critical call. This might dictate what happens here at the start of the fourth quarter. If this goes against Herriman, that would really push the offense back.
Before the pass was thrown, holding on the defense, number 8, the 10-yard penalty, throw is on the first down.
Holding called against the Lehi defense.
We'll give the Mustangs a first down.
First down now for Herriman. With 11:26 left to go, ball on the 34-yard line. Messer takes the snap. Messer going to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Intended for Brody Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett was double covered there. Nice job by both Lehi defenders. Would have been a super tight window to try and fit that one in. And realistically, that's a safer play for this Herriman offense after they pick up the first down than what could have been an alternative. Credit to this Lehi defense. They've stepped up admirably in their pass coverage the second half.
Messer will take the snap. Hand off to Felipe, and Felipe is going absolutely nowhere. Gets a yard and immediately gets brought down with a big hit.
Yeah, and that's the big difference between the first half and the second half. First half, it was so much trying to tackle with power. That one you see it's good technique, wrapping up, driving the offensive player to the turf, and it limits Felipe from being so explosive. And now 3rd and long with a chance to get a stop for this Lehi defense.
Messer takes the snap. 3rd down. Messer steps up in the pocket. Messer still keeps. Messer trying to get the first down. Is brought down, and he'll be marked for the first down. Messer with a big quarterback keeper.
I don't know if there's a single player with that Lehi front 7 that didn't try to tackle Tyler Messer on that one. He does a great job of avoiding a ferocious rush, getting to the outside, and just calls his own number and picks up the first down. And man, the courage that he has is so impressive.
Hand off to Felipe up the middle. Felipe finds a hole, and a big run there by Felipe as he gets 5 on the carry.
Felipe, the ball carrier for the Mustangs, tackled by...
We talk about the story of this Herriman offense, and it's 100% the ground game, but I think really what we've seen tonight is the versatility that Tyler Messer brings to it, right? He can get it done with his feet. He can get it done with his arm, but it's really the moxie and the confidence that he plays with that allows this offense to function the way that it does.
9:40 left to go. Messer takes the snap. It's caught by Tate Love, and Love immediately brought down, but that's enough for a Mustangs first down.
And it's good to see Tate Love back in the game. Good, even better to see him making a catch as Messer managed to sling that past multiple Lehi defenders with arms within the passing lane. Herriman up and trying to get some tempo going.
First down, Messer takes the snap, handoff to Felipe, and Felipe up the middle. Still Felipe with a big push, and Felipe will be brought down after a gain of 7 on first down.
You're seeing the frenetic pace of this game thus far is carried over into both sides. We saw Lehi score twice to keep bringing it within 2, and now Herriman starting to put together a drive with an opportunity to score here, and that Lehi defense trying to catch their breath, trying to get enough energy for one more stand to limit whatever damage might occur on this drive.
Second down coming up for the Mustangs. Messer lined up in the shotgun. Messer misses the snap. Messer pressure coming, just lands on it, and a big loss for the Mustangs.
That's the second time tonight we've seen a snap go awry for the Herriman offense, and for that for that group, that is a catastrophic mistake. This Lehi defense has been playing so much better. They're not going to let you convert another 3rd and long like what happened in the first half. Now the question becomes, can you get enough here to try and get back in field goal range if you can't convert it into a touchdown?
3rd and 25, Messer empty backfield, Messer keeps, Messer escapes, Messer tries to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and Messer tackled and brought down.
It's a great job by Vincent Evans to chase him down. They're not really spying Tyler Messer, and understandably so. I don't know that you necessarily can afford to assign the extra defender, and he's so shifty. Makes it super difficult. Now Herriman out to attempt the field goal. Have to wonder what's going on. Is they're looking over to the sideline waiting for, I believe it's a kicker.
With 10 on the clock. Cleverly, the snap, the kick is up and it's blocked! The kick is blocked! It's no good, the Pioneers defense holds! And with 7:22 left to go in the 4th quarter, they get the ball back!
What a monster stand for the Lehi Pioneers. The Mustangs threatening to extend that lead again. And they make the tantamount play on special teams, get the block, get the ball back. In the meantime, you see Matali Benjamin sprinting to get back out there. All the momentum back in favor of the Pioneers, Alex. This game is incredible right now.
7:22 left to go. Lehi get possession back. Wyatt Bingham and this offense moving well last drive. Let's see if they can do it again. Ball out to Eka, and Eka immediately pushed out of bounds. Caught for 3 yards. And it brings up 2nd down.
6-yard line.
What a swing of momentum we've had in this game, Brian. It looked like Lehi were going to score, but then Polanco comes up with a big interception inside the red zone, inside the end zone. And then the following drive, the Mustangs looked like they were going to score and instead turned the ball over with a blocked field goal. Now here comes Eka, that's Glasker. And Glasker brought down for the 1st down.
It's that same reverse that we saw earlier, and this is the difference in starting to wear down a defense. Earlier, that was a 10-yard gain. Now it's a 16-yard gain. And more than that, it's a safe play for this Lehi offense. I think, the boom or bust potential that Wyatt Bingham brings in is definitely evident, but you have to get points here on this drive, and it has to be done efficiently.
Eka with the run, and Devon Eka brought down after 3.
And what I mean by efficiency is you can't have a turnover here. You can't have those risky throws. You can't have those big mistakes. That's a conversation you have to have with your quarterback as you go out here. Be smart. Manage the game for us. Let's hand the ball to Eka. Let's hand the ball to Glasker. Let's get the ball to our playmakers' hands so that we can move the ball down the field and get points and not just try to go for the jugular right now.
2nd down for the Pioneers. Bingham takes a snap, drops back. Bingham looking downfield. It's caught by New. New brought down past the 30. And a 1st down snag for Brighton New.
Well, I tell you what, Wyatt Bingham is so impressive. He threads the needle perfectly down the middle of the field. There's so much opportunity to make a mistake, and it's a perfect throw under duress, and it's a monster gain for this Lehi offense. And if you're the Pioneers, again, I talk about it, you have so much momentum in your favor. Just stay steady. Keep moving that football. Wear this defense down.
5 on the play clock. Need to get the snap off here. Bingham does. Bingham drops back. Bingham steps up in the pocket. Bingham escapes. Bingham still on his feet and finally brought down after the 1st down run from Wyatt Bingham.
Number 5, Wyatt Bingham.
And you never like to see quarterback changes or anything like that in the midst of the game, but I think you can see the difference that a year of experience makes. Wyatt Bingham, the smart play, tuck it, run, picks up the first down, keeps the chains moving, but does it in such an efficient way that no opportunity for an interception on that one. And for this Lehi offense, everything is firing in their direction.
First down coming up here for the Pioneers. Wyatt Bingham will take the snap, drops back, again pressure coming, gets it out to Eka. Devon Eka cuts upfield, Devon Eka makes another miss, and Devon Eka finally wrestled out of bounds. Devon Eka taking this game over in the second half.
I'm not sure who went on the merry-go-round on that one. It looked like Eka was dragging the defender around the world as he spun and drove and fought for the extra yards. Just an impressive run, and I know I gloat and just lay out the praise and the affection for Devon Eka, but that run is part of the reason why. It's almost good enough for a helmet sticker in my estimation.
Eka, handoff. Eka to the end zone. Eka pushed out of bounds. He'll be stopped short, but the flag comes out.
We'll wait and see what the flag is there as it sits about the 8-yard line, kind of in an awkward position where you wonder if maybe it is holding. But boy, Devon Eka, you could see how much he wanted to get in the end zone. This Lehi team has come out fired up here in the second half, especially on offense. Again, we talk about, we'll wait for the call here from the officials, but it wasn't just the quarterback change. It was everybody else buying into what needed to be done.
Legal hands to the face.
This one will go against the Pioneers. Illegal hands to the face. And it brings back the run from Devon Eka.
18-yard line will replay second down.
The Lehi faithful not pleased with that penalty, but the way the offense has been clicking, have to wonder how much it'll really matter. We've just done such a good job here in the second half, being consistent and eliminating mistakes. I think that's really what's made the difference. You know, you've seen some good throws from Wyatt Bingham, but we also saw that from Cash Hollingshead in the first half. It's everybody getting on the same page and doing their job together.
Bingham drops back here on second down. Bingham steps up in the pocket, pressure coming. Bingham will be brought down. And Wyatt Bingham able to get a couple of yards on the run as he's brought down. Great tackle there made by Keeney.
Yeah, Keeney, we haven't called his name a ton tonight, but Tamote making 2 tackles and another big play on a hurry, if I'm not mistaken. We saw him coming from the backside, able to get Bingham down, and it's not an easy task sometimes with Wyatt Bingham. He's incredibly shifty, has great feel, great vision. You can feel the fans getting a little angsty as it looked like he was going to get chased down from behind.
Third down, Eka to Glasker. Glasker around the edge. Glasker to the end zone. And legend Glasker punches it in for 6. Comeback for the Lehi Pioneers.
The legend of Lehi pulls them ahead with the reverse, and it's time to ring the bell, legend Glasker. What a way to put your team ahead as the Pioneers storm into the end zone and storm into the lead 20-16.
PAT coming up here for Brody Hammond. After the touchdown from Glasker, the kick is up, the kick is good, and it's 21 straight unanswered for the Lehi Pioneers with 3:12 left to go in the fourth quarter. My, oh my, what a game we have here.
Wyatt Bingham.
Lewis Livestock, proud sponsor of Lehi football with over 3 generations of farming and cattle raising experience. Lewis Livestock is a name you can trust for the highest quality beef. Since 1980, we've built a legacy of dedication to sustainable farming and responsible livestock practices. Our love for clean eating ensures that every cut of beef we offer meets our standards. Lewis Livestock, proud sponsor of Lehi football, also brought to you you by Element Cryotherapy and Wellness. Element Cryotherapy and Wellness offers a breakthrough wellness routine with life-changing benefits. Our non-invasive and painless cold therapy improvements your well-being through decreased inflammation, increased performance, rapid muscle recovery, mental clarity, weight loss, and pain relief. Learn more at elementchiro.com.
And Halen's kick goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Ball into the end zone, back for a touchback, and with 3:12 left to go, Brian, I don't think it's hyperbole to say that this is probably the biggest drive of the Herriman Mustangs season up to this point.
Yeah, it most definitely is in terms of maintaining that record and continuing the trajectory that they've been on. And this is a team that really has fought and clawed its way to the top of 6A with the way that they performed. And now with everything on the line, they came in here believing that they could get the job done. And for 3.5 quarters, they've done just that.
Handoff up the middle to Felipe. Felipe will be brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Yeah, you've got less than 4 minutes to play, so you're going to have to play with a little bit of tempo and urgency. That doesn't mean that you have to stop running the ball. It's a nice 5-yard gain, gives you a lot of options here. And we've seen Herriman go up tempo already tonight, so it'll be nothing new for this offense.
26-yard line.
Second down coming up here for the Mustangs. 2:45 left to go. Time winding down. Messer over the top. It's complete. Grundy gets the first down. Grundy makes one miss, and Grundy will be brought down, but enough for the first down and a timeout taken.
I think they stopped the clock to move the chains. I saw the official make the same signal to stop the clock as well. But again, it was Grundy able to convert the first down, and now you see the Lehi players on the sideline urging the fans to get up and cheer the defense on.
Messer drops back. Messer pressure coming. Messer escapes. Messer looking for options. Messer will throw it away out of bounds. Intended for number 19, Priest, as it falls incomplete.
And the maestro back there, Tyler Messer, conducting his offensive symphony out there, directing traffic, trying to get every instrument in place, waits for the very last second, draws as many defenders in, tries to find his receiver, just not able to connect on it. But again, it is the pursuit, it is the dragging out of every play that is wearing down this Lehi defense. How many more times can they get a stop?
2:09 left to go. Handoff up the middle to Felipe. Felipe bounces out to the left. Felipe has space. Felipe loses the ball. Felipe lost the ball. We'll see what the signal is. And it goes to Herriman. Oh, that could have been so dangerous. Felipe with the fumble.
If you've ever seen a high school coach and wondered why he has gray hairs, it's plays like that. We see Felipe had nothing but green grass in front of him. The only thing was he forgot the football. Credit to that Lehi defender for trying to knock the ball loose. But a near catastrophic play avoided, and Herriman will continue to control the ball. And at this point in time, Lehi's got to start thinking about conserving as much clock as they possibly can.
Wow, wow, wow. Dodging one there is the Mustangs. First down here as another handoff. This one up the middle, brought down. Felipe not in the game.
We're under 2 minutes. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. And so if you're Coach Hatfield with the lead, you may want to start thinking about when you're going to use those timeouts.
That was Isaac Larson now in the backfield. Isaac Larson stays in the game. Flags come out.
I'll be curious what the call is, as multiple players were moving. It looked like there was a wide receiver from Herriman that moved first. Not sure if he drew the defender from Lehi off. We'll wait and see what the officials call here. Yep. And that's a monster penalty here as it gets Herriman even closer. 21-16. Really, their only option is to try and get a touchdown here. For Lehi, it's all about getting a stop.
Second down coming up after the penalty. Messer sends the receiver in motion. Messer drops back. Messer gets it out quick. It's caught. First down. Hansen pushed out of bounds. The flags come out.
Messer's pass is completed.
I think this one may be coming back for a hold. We'll wait and see officially from the referees. But man, you talk about excitement, Alex. Every play, it just has a live or die feel to it right now, and you can just feel the anxiety pulsing through the crowd as well. I think that's a credit to both of these teams and the competitiveness that they brought into this one. I don't know if their official could walk any slower right now for us.
A penalty against the visitors. This one going back negates the big catch from Gavin Hansen, and it brings up second down.
It'll be 2nd and 10 with 1:11 left to play, and for Lehi, stick to your keys.
Messer steps up in the pocket, escapes out to the left, and goes out of bounds. Good run from Messer. Stops the clock.
Good pickup there, and even smarter play by the Lehi defenders. Don't get caught up in anything extracurricular, right? Live to play another play. For Herriman, that's exactly what you need to do. You just need a little bit of a chunk to get back on track. Allow Tyler Messer to work his magic. Allow the maestro to conduct.
Third down here, the crowd is loud. Messer steps up again. Messer brought down at the line of scrimmage, and it brings up 4th down for the Herriman Mustangs.
And they've been getting after him all game long. It looks like there's a penalty out there.
Wow.
You see some Lehi players with hands on heads. I can't believe this one.
Face mask called against the Pioneer defense, giving extra yardage to the Herriman Mustangs.
Mustangs up 15 yards.
Under a minute to play, 58 seconds left. Mustangs will now get the first down after the penalty against this Pioneer defense.
Yeah, and it was just Taki getting the face mask as Messer tried to escape the pocket. And just a tough penalty there. Now for Lehi, it's back to business to try and stand up and stop this Herriman offense.
Messer takes the snap. Messer going deep. And no one there. It falls incomplete. Intended for Hansen.
And you can see number 2, Tate Love, over here on the far near side of the field. He's wide open and he's signaling to Messer, no, don't go for the deep route. Throw to me shallow. He felt he had a lot of space there to operate in, and instead an incompletion. And for Herriman, might be the only bad decision that I've really seen from Tyler Messer tonight. And even then, I don't think you can call it bad. Just a miscommunication with he and his wide receiver.
52 seconds left. Second down here for the Mustangs. Messer takes the snap. Gets it out. And it's intercepted! No, it falls incomplete. It looked like the Lehi Pioneers came up with the INT, but instead, Murphy Madsen couldn't get that one from hitting the ground.
Boy, it was a heck of an effort by Murphy Madsen from his safety position to make a break on the ball. And just as I said, I haven't seen a lot of bad decisions from Tyler Messer. That ball was just a little short. And now it's 3rd and long, Alex, in what is most assuredly a 4-down situation. Lehi needs to get 2 more stops to preserve this one with 47 seconds.
Messer steps up, pressure coming, escapes. Messer goes out of bounds, and he lives to see 4th down.
Boy, and every time you see him scramble to the sideline, I'm just grabbing my head. Don't hit him out of bounds. Don't hit him late. Don't create a penalty. A good job by that Lehi defense, because now you're down to 1 stop, Alex. All it takes is just this one. If you're Lehi, if you're Herriman, this is your moment.
4th down coming up here. The crowd is loud. It comes down to this. Lehi Herriman coming down to the wire. Empty backfield for Messer. 4th down play. Timeout taken by the Mustangs.
Now we have a timeout on the floor. Herriman Mustangs, timeout.
40 seconds left.
Not sure I needed that timeout, but apparently Herriman did, so we'll let him have it. But it is an absolutely insane atmosphere here tonight. The exact matchup that we hoped for, the kind of matchup we expected between two of 6A's juggernauts. And whatever the result of this one, I think we both can come away with the same opinion that these are two of the best teams that we've had the opportunity to call a game for. And for Herriman, can the dream season continue here with one more conversion? For those Pioneers, you fought back to this point. Can you get one more stop? It really does all boil down to this play.
21 straight unanswered by the Lehi Pioneers. Down 16-0 at the break. Now this defense just needs one more stop. Do they have that stop in them? Or is it going to be the Herriman Mustangs for first down? They need 6. 40 seconds on the clock. Messer will take the snap. Empty backfields. Messer steps up. Messer downfield. Messer, it's caught! And it goes into the end zone! Herriman touchdown! The Mustangs! It's caught! Peyton was sawed into the end zone! And the Mustangs back on top!
What an absolutely astounding play by Tyler Messer as he rolls outside the pocket, baits the defense into pursuing him again, finds his receiver open. Herriman's going to take a timeout here, but just tremendous touchdown when Herriman needed it the most. They converted.
Touchdown by Payton Wassam. Touchdown for the Mustangs. Mustangs up by 1. Still 30 seconds left on the clock, pending the PAT after the timeout taken. This Lehi team still has all 3 timeouts, Brian.
Yeah, and you have to realistically think that if you can get a stop or a block kick, anything, you just need to get into field goal range if you're Lehi. And look, you've got Legend Glasgow. We've seen a lot of great stuff from Jackson Lattimore tonight. You've got Devon Eka. You have the pieces to get this done. That was just such an incredible play, and so much love to Peyton Wassam on that one as he finds the spot in the zone, sits down, and fights his way into the end zone. And Herriman's going to go for 2 here.
Going for 2. Hand off to Felipe. Felipe.
No.
Push back. Stop short. And the 2-point conversion is no good.
Boy, that tells me almost as much about where Lehi's head is right now as anything, because they fought hard to get the stop. That means they still believe that they can get this one done tonight. It's a big, big stop. Gives them an opportunity to come back here and try and get into position to kick a field goal. For the Pioneers, just an absolute stand after what was a crushing play on 4th down.
Hadfield Law Firm is your local source for estate planning services, including trust, wills, healthcare directives, and asset protection planning. Attorney and owner Matt Hadfield is a graduate of Lehi High School and was part of the state championship football team in the year of 2000. Hadfield Law Firm is devoted to providing expert solutions and personalized services to each client. Schedule a free consultation by calling 385-522-9302. That's 385-522-9302. Hadfield Law Firm, preserving your legacy, building your trust. 1-point game with 30 seconds left. Lehi has all 3 timeouts. Alfonso out here to boot this one away.
And for Herriman right now, it's do you kick to Legend Glasgow or do you try and squib it here?
Alfonso gets a boot into it, and it will be fielded for the return. Brought down past the 30, and that's where Lehi will start their drive with 24 on the clock.
Yeah, great job there by Trevin Fabrizio as he brings the ball out to about the 32-yard line. A nice directional kick from Herriman, lined it up on the near side of the field, kick to the far side. Just gave their coverage team plenty of time to get down there and try and limit whatever happened, but Fabrizio does a great job of getting it out to the 33-yard line, and just on a guesstimation, you got about 60 yards that you're going to have to pick up if you're Lehi.
Wyatt Bingham with Devon Eka lined up in the backfield. 2 receivers lined up to the far side, 1 to the near. Drops back, gets it out to Eka. Eka tries to escape, is brought down. Timeout quickly taken by the Pioneers.
Boy, that might be the only time tonight that we've seen Devon Eka go down on a shoestring tackle like that. You can see the defense flying up to get him, just not able to wriggle out of the grasp of the defender. Ball just a little high. Nevertheless, a decent pickup there. As you can see, Wyatt Bingham just couldn't find anybody else open downfield, and for Lehi right now, it's, you see some of the offensive linemen jumping up and down. Saw number 72, Case and Page. They're ready for this charge, but Herriman is up for the task as well.
17 seconds left. 2 timeouts remaining for the Pioneers. Bingham comes out with the empty backfield. 3 receivers lined up to the far side, 1 to the near. Bingham takes the snap. Pressure coming, gets it out, it's caught! It's caught! And quickly, the Pioneers
results in another Pioneer.
will take the timeout with 11 seconds left.
Yeah, big pickup as Wyatt Bingham stands in the pocket and takes a monster hit there as he finds Legend Glasgow over the middle. And that was the chunk play that Lehi has been looking for. It looks like they've got maybe 2 more plays to try and get into field goal range here. In the meantime, you've got 1 timeout left, so you have to be protective of that with your play call here. You may want to try, as you're standing in the huddle here, it's all about coaching your guys up on what they need to do, right? So if your offensive line, you need to get to where the ball is, get set up, make sure the ball is positioned so that the official just has to touch it. So even if you do have to spike it, you have time to conserve that timeout. Realistically here, it's just be quick, make a decision, try and find something to get you into field goal range.
Hold on to your seats, because here we go. 11 seconds left, 1 timeout. Bingham.
Oh, no.
The whistle and the flags come out. This could be massive.
Yeah, this looks like it may be a false start against Lehi. We'll see what the official call is, but 5 yards could be monstrously detrimental to what Lehi's trying to do here.
Before the snap,
False start indeed, Brian.
And any other point in the game, 5 yards is not a big deal, but at this point, that pushes you way far back. Your target is about the 30-yard line. You ideally would like to get to the 25 and put you in about a 42-yard field goal range. And for the Pioneers, it just got that much more difficult.
Here we go. 11 seconds on the clock. Well, 1st and 15 coming up for the Pioneers. Bingham steps back. Bingham scanning, looking. Bingham trying to get it out, does. It's caught by New. It's caught by New, and a timeout. We'll see if they take the timeout. Yes, there it is. Timeout taken by the Pioneers with 3 seconds left.
And so now it's all about a Hail Mary. You're going to try and win this one on one play if you can. And, for Lehi, that's, as much as we love a game-ending field goal, people talk about college kickers. High school kickers are even more difficult to predict. And you've got some monster targets out there. Jackson Lattimore stands at 6'3". Brighton, oh, wait, wow. Number 49 looks like he's out there. Bodie Hammond trying to warm up. That would be a 57-yarder for Bodie.
Bodie Hammond, he has a leg. Let's see if the field goal unit does come out. The field goal unit trots out. It comes down to the foot of number 49, Bodie Hammond.
49, Bodie Hammond.
Bodie Hammond from deep for the win. The snap, the kick is blocked, the kick is blocked, and the Herriman Mustangs stay undefeated. The kick is blocked.
Final score.
Herriman survive.
Your Pioneers 21.
7-0 for the Herriman Mustangs. Can you believe it?
We're asking you please drive home safely. Please remember to take anything with you that you brought in. Please take it out.
The stampede is real as the Mustangs pour onto the field. Just an incredible ending to what's been a breathtaking game. You see the disappointment on the Lehi Pioneers sideline, matched with the jubilation of the Herriman Mustangs. And these kinds of games, you hate that one team has to lose. But what an incredible effort on the final play by the Herriman Mustangs special teams unit.
Coach Rickards is building something special in Herriman. The Mustangs now up to 7-0. Herriman holds on and gets the win against the Pioneers, and they send a message to the rest of 6A, and they say, we are here, we are the real deal, and we want to compete.
Just absolutely stunned silence here on the Lehi sideline. We saw Herriman believed it from the very beginning. They came in here and fought from the beginning, forced Lehi to fight their way back, and the Pioneers had everything going on their side. You saw Tyler Messer, the maestro, orchestrating the final drive, getting that go-ahead touchdown, and then that Herriman defense standing up just enough in the final 30 seconds to allow that opportunity to block the kick. And as you said, Alex, this Herriman Mustang team is for real. 7-0, just came into Lehi and upset the Pioneers in what was, I feel safe calling this the game of the year.
Oh, by far. Wow, wow, wow. What a performance. What a game. Helmet stickers brought to you by Tab Bank. I think for me, I'm going to go with the Polanco INT in the end zone. For you, Brian.
Yeah, it's hard to choose just one, and you know, I think that Legend Glasgow reverse where he puts Lehi ahead is the choice for me, and only because it was such a game-changing play. Man, but I tell you what, it is so hard because you know what, I'm going to change my mind. It's Peyton Wassam, game-winning touchdown.
Absolutely.
For the Herriman Mustangs. But that was the essence of this game, Alex. There were so many plays we could choose from. You could choose the block field goal there, right? You could choose the stand from the INT, the Glasgow return to put him back ahead. You know, any of the Devon Eka game-changing plays that he had. But I think at the end of the day, it was that Tyler Messer to Peyton Wassam touchdown to clinch the victory that earns a helmet sticker for me.
We're going to cheat here a little bit. I know we're supposed to pick two. We're going with three. We got the Polanco INT. We got the blocked field goal for the win. And then, of course, the winning touchdown by Wassam. Those are your helmet stickers brought to you by Tab Bank. Tab Bank, proud sponsor, presented and brings you the Rewind Sports Network. That is going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. I'm Alex Napolis. That's Brian Brown. Big shout out to Josh on the camera, and from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Big congratulations to the Herriman Mustangs for a phenomenal win. 7-0 Mustangs. There you go. Everyone have a good night, and we'll talk to you next time.